Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to discuss a chart called Churchill Capital. This particular stock has been doing an uptrend kind of move, but in the chart we can see some sort of worriness because what we see is shooting star. This is a weekly chart. In the weekly chart you can see shooting star kind of pattern. Is that a thing to worry about? So that's what we want to discuss in this particular video, and also we will do a bit of projection, what are the next targets and all that. So if you're interested to invest in or to at least study about Churchill Capital, please stay tuned and listen until the end. This is Shah&Co. Before we continue, please like, share and make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we will begin shortly. So now we will begin our analysis, but before we start our analysis, have you all click on the subscribe button? Please do it now. And I'm going to change, if you look at this chart, right, we are currently in the weekly chart, and we saw that there's a shooting star at the place where I point my mouse cursor to, and we want to see in detail what's happening there. So what we will do is we'll move to the day chart. Okay, so this is how the day chart looks like. But if you try to study this day chart, it's actually quite impressive. You know why? Because it's trying to make the high is now getting higher and the low is getting higher as well. So that basically tells us that this is actually on an uptrend kind of move. Because an uptrend move, we need a higher high. Yes, we saw that here, higher high. And then higher low, and you see the low here is getting higher here, higher there, so therefore we have a higher low. So somewhat it is actually in a good pattern for us to invest, but do not invest yet, because right now it's trying to do a retracement. Okay, you see the price, there is some sort of selling power coming in. So what we will do now is we're going to look at how far this particular down move, or rather the retracement, how far is going to go to. Okay, to get to know that, we will study the angle of attack. Okay, now we're going to study the degree of attack to investigate how far this particular retracement is going to move further away. So to do that, we'll need this particular what we call trend angle. Okay, so we'll do this trend angle study. So we will move to the previous retracement. This is the previous retracement. We'll take from the high all the way to the lowest point, and now you see the degree of attack is 66 degrees, right? Now we will try to do the same for the current retracement from the high up to where we are right now. See, this particular retracement is already almost 1/3 of the size of this previous retracement, because we already have almost 1/3 of the previous size of retracement. So we can use this particular angle of attack, which is currently at 81%. So that means the sell down is kind of sharper compared to the previous retracement. Okay, so then what we will do is we will overlap this particular previous retracement with the current retracement. We can clearly see that the 81% is actually very low. The angle is much more sharper compared to the 61 we saw earlier. So this basically suggests to us, according to the theory, right, this, because the angle of attack is sharper, that means there is a kind of panic kind of sell that is appearing at the high here. So the theory says that it's gonna go low, and it is we are targeting at the support of after this particular length. So you see the length of the previous retracement is up to the price $23.54. So it is going to get lower than that, and we will have to look at the next support point. So the next support we have, if I were to draw a line there, Okay, let me draw a line there. So somewhere around here we have support. Okay, around this region we have a support. Maybe I'll try to pull it down a bit. Okay, somewhere around here we have a small kind of support appearing here, So we will use that as our target for the current retracement. So that means this price fall may go up to this price level $23 or rather $22. 20 it's almost $23. Yeah, almost $23. We can see it's $23. So it's going to go and it's going to fall all the way up to them. So that's basically what the theory says. So but nevertheless that does not really signify that this particular trend is going to see a reversal and go make a reversal and make a down move. No, we are not saying that. We're just saying that this particular reversal. So it might be a buying opportunities for some of you who are positive on this particular counter, Churchill Capital. Now we want to see, are we supposed to be what you call positive on this counter? That's what we want to discuss next. But before that, if you have gained some information and some interesting analysis technique, please help to subscribe the channel and like the video, and this will motivate me further to do more interesting kind of analysis and studies. Okay, so now what we will do next is we want to see really if this trend is an uptrend move, because even though we are about to notice a retracement, some of you may be a bit too worried that this retracement is going to turn this uptrend, which we just proved that it's currently an uptrend because of the higher high and higher lows. Some of you may think, okay, this retracement is going to basically it's a reversal and it's going to go in a downtrend. It might not be the case, because if you were to further investigate, right? So let me try to do a price projection, trend-based price projection. So we want to see how far the targets are achieved. So if you look at the low here and all the way to the up here, and then try it, it makes a retracement here, right? So you see it makes a retracement, right? This is so when you went all the way up, then it retraces, right? So if you do a time domain analysis, for it to go up, it took longer days. There are more number of days it took, but then for it to go down, it was very quick, no, shorter number of days. So that means our target, according to this study, which is this theory is known as the arch theory. So according to the arch theory, we need to target at price 0.618. Now I say exactly at that price 0.618 Fibonacci level, right? The buyers managed to push it up all the way beyond that 0.618, beyond that. So that means the target is achieved. So now what we are trying to say here is, not only this particular trend is in the phase that when you study the pattern of it, it's showing an uptrend move because of the higher highs and higher lows, but in terms of target achievement also, it managed to achieve the higher target. Okay, it managed to achieve the previous higher target the Fibonacci levels were suggesting. So that means it confirms to us kind of, but it's not really 100% confirmed yet, because you know why? We still need to look at the down target. So the high target at 0.618 is achieved, but the low target, we need to look at the low target. So what is the low target we can look for? Okay, so partially it is quite confirmed it is an uptrend. Then see, when I do this kind of low study, right? So when the price move down and move it up, so okay, for this I really need to, it's very hard for me to know. I mean, visually I can see that this part, when the sellers were selling, they were a bit of quick in selling, but when the buyers moved the price up, actually I can see visually that it took longer time. But if you want to double confirm, we can take the ruler and try to measure, but I'm going to believe on my visual estimation. I'm thinking that this up move took a longer time compared to the down move. So that basically shows strength. Okay, when the buyers took longer time to move up, that means they have the sentiments was quite good that the buyer keep pushing it up for a very long time, compared to as in the buyer is only pushing it up but in a shorter time. So in terms of sentiment, if the buyer managed to push it up for quite a long time, it is much better than when the buyers only push it up for a shorter time. So for that reason, according to the theory, that the low target we are setting is somewhere around here. Okay, the low target we are setting is somewhere around $20, 30 cents, somewhere around there. And there is a quite big difference from the previous low target that we set. Immediate low target is at this price level 20 or 23, somewhere around there. But the Fibonacci retracement is telling us 20. Now, still remember the Fibonacci retracement for the up target we managed to achieve at the level 0.618. But that is achieved, that is good. But so we must make sure that the down target is not achieved. We should not achieve. So the price, when the price fall here, right, we hope that it will stop at this somewhere at before 23, or at least at the $23. It stops there. It doesn't continue to fall beyond that, because if it falls beyond that, one thing is it will create a lower low compared to the previous low, and it will hit the target of the low. So when it hit the Fibonacci low target, it means it's not in a uptrend, but rather it's going to be in a sideway, because we must remember the up target was achieved just now at 0.618, and this is the down target at level 1.618. If it's achieved, or if both achieve, then it's going to go sideways. But if it did not achieve this low target as price Fibonacci level 1.618, then it's a good news for us that the uptrend will continue to move up. Okay, so I hope this has given a bit of clearer picture for you what to expect in the market in terms of sentiment. So if you have gained some information, do hit that subscribe button and like button, and also you can give comment what you think. If you agree with me or disagree, or you think my analysis is someone is still lacking or what, so you can let me know. Okay, in the next discussion, before that, let me clear up the screen. Okay, so in the next discussion, I'm going to zoom out a bit. Okay, there is one thing if you observe, right? So we know the price is moving up. If you look far on the left, right, there is one body or the candlestick body here, which is quite long, as the place where I'm pointing my mouse to. That's a quite long. So when the price was falling, you see, when the price was falling, this particular candle is the largest candle during the price fall, and that candle we will call it as head of gangster. That's the term we use, head of gangster. And that head of gangster is a bearish kind of head of gangster, because the price was falling down. So what is the significance of identifying that is, it's basically telling us what's the immediate price resistance. Okay, the immediate price resistance, some of you may say, of course we can use this at this level. This some of you may say this is the immediate resistance. Yeah, I can agree, because price seems to be a bit difficult to pass through it. But actually there is another resistance. The other resistance is at the high of that head of what you call head of gangster. The high of the head of gangster is also a kind of resistance. See, the sellers pull it down so much. If on the other hand this particular up move managed to go beyond that high of the low, what you call the head of gangster, the high part is, I'm going to highlight here, this is the high part, right? This is the high part of the head of gangster, right? This is the high part. Of course the low is somewhere down there, but this we are talking about the high here. So if this current up move, the current trend of move up, the current uptrend move managed to go beyond that price, I will actually change the color. Let me try to change the color. Okay, so I've changed the color to red color. This is the key resistance point. So if the buyers manage to go beyond this particular red line, right, it's really good news, because it managed to successfully done a process called wash and rinse. So basically the bulls managed to beat the bears. Okay, that's the significance. if we manage to go beyond this particular bearish high, no? So the pattern is known as wash and rinse. Okay, so we managed to hit the successfully managed to achieve that cleaning process. To say wash and rinse, it's a cleaning process where the bulls managed to take over the bears. Okay, so well, there are two immediate targets. That's at price level 31, and another one is nearing to price level 35. So we will see how far it's going to achieve. But so what do you find? Do you find this is helpful for you to do your targeting and all that? So you can expect some sort of resistance coming in when the price move up to the black line. That's one resistance, and you may expect some sort of resistance coming in when the price move to the red line. So those are the things that you need to be aware of. Do not sell. I mean, you can sell if it continues to, if you fail to. So see, how do we know that? Okay, we have set the red as the high, right? But if the price hit the red, but then go below the black line here, then it means it failed. The wash and rinse fail. So you have to. So when the wash and rinse fail, right, it means it's going to go downtrend. So the uptrend will fail. So I repeat again, just observe carefully. So as the price is moving up here, we know it's moving a little bit down here. We expect that it's going to go further down, and after that it may reverse and make an up move again. So let's say if it reverse and make an up move again, it may hit a resistance at the black line here, and if it managed to successfully go beyond that, it may final major resistance it will face is at the red line. So if it passes through the red line, that is successful. But if it did not pass through, but it just hit that red line and then do a U-turn, reverse downward, and then it can reverse downward as long as it doesn't go below that black line. If it goes below that black line, that means totally out. So our very high likely is going to continue to go downtrend, and the reversal is not successful. So this is something you have to bear in mind. Okay, so I hope you have gained some information out of this pattern called wash and rinse. Okay, so hit that like button and also subscribe button. I'm also going to show you another long-term target. What's a long-term? These two are short-term targets. The price level 30 and 35 something, yes. Those are short-term targets. But we're going to discuss about the long-term targets. What are the long-term targets? Okay, so now I'm going to discuss about. So now let's discuss about the long-term target. So I'm back to the weekly chart here. This is the weekly chart that scares us actually, because we have this shooting star kind of pattern, which basically kind of bearish kind of pattern. So not to be afraid. I think we expect retracement, as I mentioned in the earlier part. We expect retracement, but hopefully the retracement doesn't go below our target. If it goes below our target, then it's bad news. But it might not go below. That's what I'm thinking. It might not go below the target we set for the retracement, and it might do a up move, I believe. And now we're gonna do a targeting, right? We're gonna target the long term. What is a long term target? So for that, I'll check this Fibonacci trend-based Fibonacci retracement. I'm gonna pick the low. The low is somewhere here, right? Okay, before I do this trend base, let me enlarge it so that you guys can see it clearly. Okay, now it's big enough. Okay, so I think one thing we need to take the ruler and try to measure. So the low is somewhere around here. So if I were to take this as the low, and from there I want to bring all the way to the high. So it took 16 bars to move up. Okay, this is important. Okay, then from the high we will take the high and then all the way to the low here. The low is somewhere here. Okay, this is not low enough. I think this is the further low down here. So it took 12 bars. Okay, 12 bar, and versus the earlier one was 16 bars. So that means for the price to move up, it took 16 bars to move up. But for the price to move down, it only took about 12 bars, right? We will double confirm here as 12 bars. So that means the buyers push it slower, but the seller push it quicker. So when the seller push it quicker, that's not so good. But let's see, according to this trend-based Fibonacci. So I'm putting it trend-based Fibonacci here. So let's see what's the next target. Okay. So just now we saw that the buyers push it up slow. Slow because they took a longer time, right? Longer time, that means they are slow. Okay, then but the seller push it down in a shorter period, that means they were fast. So because they were fast, I mean the sentiment, the seller sentiment seems to be a bit high. That's why they push it fast. Okay, so in terms of price level targeting in the arts technique of analysis, this technique is known as the arts technique. So we will set it at level 0.618. Okay, so this is our long-term kind of target. So maybe I should change the color to some other color, for example green. Okay, so this green line is basically our long-term target. So the black line is the immediate target. The red line is probably the next target after the black. But the longer-term target is actually the green target. So in terms of price projection, we are anticipating that the price should move up. Okay, I hope you have again key information and on the analysis but on this particular stock, Churchill Capital. I'm done with my analysis. I hope you have had enjoying time with me. Please hit the subscribe and the like button, and do give your comments what you think about this analysis, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.